Welcome everybody, Doug McKay with the M48 update on the 15th of April 2010. What I want to do today is go through all our stops that we just moved in the table. Basically maybe about 10 or 12 there. And let's start out with Yahoo. We're going to move our stop here. Almost all these stops other than TBT we're going to move above entry. But anyway, today on Yahoo we closed at 1897. We will sell half if we get up much farther than this as we see resistance ahead, but for tonight's purposes let's move our stop. TBT is also on there. We're going to move our stop in TBT. Let's take a look at a chart of TBT. You can see today we closed right at the 50-day. We thought potentially it would fill this gap to the downside. It did not in its entirety. But if it approaches that again, we think it's going to go below this candle here and fill the gap in its entirety. So we're going to move our stop up a little bit on TBT. After the bell, AMD and Google came out, so those are down after hours so far. But here's a look at a chart of the SMH that we got into not too long ago. And obviously with Intel, we talked about that the other day. That moved quite well. So we're going to move up our stop above entry on SMH as well. NAT, same thing. We're going to move up our stop above entry on NAT. This particular chart, there's a gap all the way up to about 32.61. So maybe we'll get up to that gap. We don't want to get the stop too close because we may fill that gap to the upside yet. Burger King took a hit today. But our stop is comfortably above our entry on that. So we've got some support here. We also have near-term support just below the candle today, the low in the candle today. So we'll see if it holds up. We want to get our stop above entry on Burger King, and there was increased volume today, as you can see down here with the hit that the price took. Brazil, EWZ, we're going to move up our stop on EWZ as well. Although that chart looks good, we're going to tighten up the stop. We'd like to get a close above this area here, above that area of resistance. DIG is holding up better than USO on a chart, so this still looks good, but we're going to move up our stop on DIG. We closed at 37.83 today. And then obviously the SPY. Where will we sell some SPY? Probably around $1.25 if it gets there at 125. If it gets to 125 before breaking 120, we'll take some off the SPY. We did sell some today on the Qs. Depending on where you sold, if you sold at the open, you should have got filled basically at 40.88. All right, you should still have 15% of that left. And then ALTR. We're going to move up our stop on that. Nice chart though, but as the price moves up, we're going to move the stop up with it and not get too close. Home Depot looks good. Very nice chart on Home Depot. And then we'll finish up with Southwest, and then we'll go to the VIX chart. And here's Southwest here, still holding its trend line in here. And then we'll finish up with the VIX for tonight. And here we are in the VIX. Let's open this up on a monthly. And okay, good, because I do tighten up this frame for the purposes of YouTube. But we can see here on a monthly chart where the VIX, we closed over here today at 1589. You can see where we were in that level in through here. Obviously there can be a case made for when the market was at an all-time high is right where we were at with the VIX right now. So this is why we're tightening up the stops, and this is why we'll also take some more profit provided that the SPY gets to 125 from here. Who's to say that's going to happen? We don't know, but if it does get to 125 before 120, we'll take half off of our position. All right, you guys, that's it. Doug McKay with the M48. Have a great weekend on the 15th of April 2010. We'll see you next week. Thanks.